Mike's Daily Podcast.
It feels like I just did a show. Oh, wait, I just did a show yesterday, the Super Secret Sunday show. And welcome to FF episode 1541, 1541, day 3 of the government shutdown, my friend. We've shut down. I don't care. It's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valleymont. Today we have Chely Shoehart,
Mike's Daily Podcast,
Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer here at the last place on earth. I had a little bit of rain.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
A little bit of rain on my way in, but it's better to feel pain than nothing at all. The opposite of love is being alone. That was my little homage to the band called the Lumineers. And I hope I just addressed all your hopes and fears. You know, we are motivated by fear in this world.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I had a discussion with Sylvia, my only podcast listener, and she was telling me how, in fact, when she was raising her only child, her son, who she has a great relationship with, and hey, I realized that I am an only child raised by my mom. But Sylvia said there so many parents that she knew back in the day were, oh, you don't have a TV for your son? What? That's cruel. That's mean. Doesn't your son get mad and want a TV? Doesn't he get mad at you? Aren't you afraid of that? She's like, no, I'm the mom. Hello? God. And I think that's our problem in our society is we give everything to our kids. And it started probably with my parents, but I know my generation has given a lot, over-spoiled the children's. Look who walked in.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I wasn't spoiled. I was told everything I needed or I wanted. I had to go get it myself.
That's very good, Chely, and it disciplined you, didn't it?
Sure did, Mike Matthews.
I remember my mom. I wanted. There was this one present I really wanted, and I had to sell it to her. I had to say, yeah. It was from Radio Shack. It was the cheapest sort of Atari thing they had, which was maybe $20. It was super cheap. And I said, but Mom, look, it's got Pong on it. And you can shoot like little things on it with a gun. It's awesome. And I had to sell that the whole...
And here's today's podcast picture.
The whole house would be able to use it, not just me. And so she got it. And everybody played it. Everybody loved it. And it was something that it wasn't just for me, only me. Because only children can be like that. I know. It's true. Look who else walked in. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer. That was a wonderful, touching story about your childhood. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. And I hope you liked it. The podcast picture is from Alabama. I am in such a southern mood lately. Yesterday's picture was from Chattanooga, Tennessee, where I had visited 9 years ago today, roughly. And this picture is probably from around that same time. I know it was a cold, cold day. And this was over by the Tennessee River. The Tennessee River and a mountain man. We get together, vegetate. I like to sing songs on my show. Last show was all Brian Ferry. This show, it seems to be Alabama, the band Alabama. From country music. Oh, play me some mountain music like Grandma and Grandpa used to play. Then I'll float on down the river to the Cajun hideaway. Hey, hey. Heard that song so many times because I worked in country radio. Will Ferrell and Molly Shannon, comedy gold. Wow, Molly Shannon had some nice legs. You know, this is a thing I found on YouTube, but I'm not going to go into that. And I did go on another Insomniac with Dave Attell binge watching on YouTube, and I did watch Sailing Doodles. I have to admit. Here's something I didn't know about Sailing Doodles, and I said I was going to stop talking about Sailing Doodles, which is a channel, a DIY channel. Someone does it themselves. They've got their own okay, this is what I didn't know. The guy that does it suffered a stroke at like 29 years old, and he quit his high-stress corporate job, bought a boat, he says. This is how he introed the show I was watching. And bought this boat for probably less than you bought your car, and decided, I'm going to sail around with this. He befriends beautiful women who want to be on camera, who want to be on his boat. And they're young millennial types that want to experience things. Because as we know, millennials want to experience stuff. They want to go on these experiences. So what more fun experience can you have than being on a boat with a guy who's got these two big, beautiful labradoodles that float along on this boat? Which, that would freak me out already. Because these big dogs on this small boat, I thought I would think they would fall off. But they stay on. He's got this like little fence around it. He's totally resourceful. He comes up, so he's got this cool drone that flies around and does these great, what do you call it? The pan back establishment shots. Is that what they call it? The scenery. So you can see the scenery. Like he flies around his boat. You can see what he's floating around in. And he does this all himself. So kudos to him. I know I was talking bad about him a couple shows ago, but no, I have tremendous respect. And I watched a couple yesterday, and yeah, there's bikinis involved, but it's more than that. So that was fascinating. Oh, hey, here's a Marx Brothers documentary I might watch later. But my friend, we have to be disciplined. We have to say to our children, no, you can't have that. You can't have that. You want a T-Mobile device? Oh, maybe you can have that, because I just found out T-Mobile, apparently, they just did a recent study and said that they, in fact, now have the best coverage for the price, which I will not. I've walked into a T-Mobile and I had a snotty kid try and sell me something, and I said no. And I went online and got Cricket instead. And I got this great deal where, because it's automatic pay, I get $5 off. And then I used to do this thing called Cricket Rewards, which just ended, where it took like $15 off my bill one time. But I don't know. You know what the thing is? You've got to be with your cell phone service. You can't be dedicated, because you just got to... There's so many great deals happening all the time, and you just got to reevaluate. So Morgan Freeman called out SAG. That's the Screen Actors Guild. My dad was with SAG. He had been a stand-in for Rock Hudson. Worked with him many times in the movies. The last thing he worked on with Rock was the television show McMillan and Wife, which was filmed in the Bay Area, San Francisco particularly, but that was just a couple weeks out of the year. The rest of the time they shot it down in Universal Studios, Studio City, the Valley, San Fernando Valley, California, Southern California. And he didn't really have any interesting stories about Rock Hudson, except that there was a rap party for, I think, Pillow Talk with Doris Day, who I didn't even realize. I don't know. I don't follow these things. Doris Day, what a voice. I know now all of you are questioning my sexuality. And who knows, I might be myself. But, you know, we all have to check out our genders and figure that all out. In fact, Morgan Freeman called out the SAG for gender-specific statue. He left the SAG Awards audience on its feet yesterday after delivering a short speech that touched on Hollywood's gender inequality debate while accepting the Guild's Life Achievement Award. And I would love to somehow get a hold of that video right now, but I don't think I'm going to be able to in such short notice as I am doing this on the, well, it says SAG Awards speech. Let's see. Maybe this is it. Oh, okay.
Call for an entire litany of thank yous. I can't do that because I don't know all of your names. And a few other people, my business partner. From the front.
This is why I hate award shows. Oh my God. Actors, unless they have a script in front of them, are boring as hell. Sorry, Morgan Freeman. I know you have the best voice that has ever been recorded on tape or digital recording devices, but you are a boring man. But apparently he had something important to say, and I can't find it. So, by the way, the SAG Awards, which I could give a flying flip about, let's see. Wonder Woman won. Game of Thrones won. William H. Macy won for Shameless. Who did he beat? Larry David, Sean Hayes, Mark Maron, Aziz Ansari. That was his competition. I've watched Shameless. It made me physically ill because there was some gross stuff on the... You know, Louis Dreyfus won for Veep. She always wins for Veep. Veep won Best Comedy Series. That always wins. Nicole Kidman beat Laura Dern and Susan Sarandon, Reese Witherspoon, and Jessica Lange. Wow, for Big Little Lies. Good for her. Male actor in a TV limited series. Alexander Skarsgård got Big Little Lies. It's blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Now, let's jump to another movie-related thing. Jumanji. It got back up to the #1 position. It has my beautiful, lovely, God, I love her so much, Karen Gillan, the girl that was on Doctor Who played Amelia Pond. And then she went on to Guardians of the Galaxy, where she was that green girl, or she blue, or she's blue, da da dee da and do. She's the bald one who's all mechanical. Who's that girl. So now she's in one of the biggest movies of the year thus far, Jumanji. It's made $767.8 million. Good for them. Dolores O'Riordan, so sad that she died, the former lead singer. Well, will always be the lead singer of the Cranberries. She's not alive. She was formerly living, I guess I could say that. That doesn't sound right, but there was a big memorial for her in Ireland, and thousands gathered outside of Limerick, Ireland, in front of a church where Dolores O'Riordan was lying in repose ahead of her funeral tomorrow to pay tribute to the singer who died a week ago under strange circumstances. Don't know still exactly what went on. This is weird. Police detonated 2 IEDs at a Florida mall. Police say 2 improvised explosive devices, that's what an IED is. They say 2 ignited inside a mall in Central Florida, Lake Wales. I've driven past there many times. They did that. They detonated those. Lindsey Graham rips into the White House's Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is a jerk. The political advisor. I don't like this guy. He's Stephen Bannon-esque. The Steves. Even Stephen. The 2 Stevens that I dislike. Stephen Miller is yet another. Steve Miller, the singer, will fly like an eagle to the sea, and he's awesome. And I will always... Feed the babies, which Stephen Miller does not want to do. He wants them all to starve. He's an evil man. But apparently, Lindsey Graham has discovered this. A Republican, of course, of South Carolina. He has criticized the White House staff for Stephen Miller. Too much power, he said yesterday, the second day of the federal shutdown, depicting him as an obstacle to reaching an immigration deal. Just as Trump is about to sign something, Stephen Miller plants something in his ear. No, don't do it. Remember what you told your base. Don't do it. Don't do it, Trump. And Trump goes, he says this.
I'm really rich. I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
But anyway. Café Anyway. Let's wrap up the show. Amazon is opening its first cashier-less retail store in Seattle today. It's a grocery store dubbed Amazon Go. The company's first revealed its plans for its futuristic retail experience back in December in 2016. So it's been a while. If you've been waiting for this, you've been waiting a while for this to happen. Good for you. And the Senate's still unable to reach a deal. Government shutdown headed into its third day after frantic efforts on Sunday.
We are in a Trump shutdown.
Republicans and Democrats...
Not a Schumer shutdown, but Schumer says it's...
Shutdown.
A Trump
Republicans
shutdown.
and Democrats hardened their position. Ryan said Sunday the House would approve it, but McConnell needs 60 votes to advance the bill, and there's nothing in it dealing with immigration.
Oh, okay. So they can't get that fixed yet. We have yet to reach an agreement on a path forward that would be acceptable for both sides, said Schumer, the Democratic Senate Minority Leader. The effects of the shutdown over the weekend were relatively limited. Halting trash pickup on National Park Service property, canceling military reservist drill plans, switching off some government employees' cell phones. Oh no! I was expecting a call and my cell phone's been shut down. Oh, wah! Like the rest of us, you're just like the rest of us. You should go like the rest of us and buy your own damn cell phone. You frickin' spoiled, entitled government worker. Piece of crap.
Mike is on it, man.
Man go where no man has gone before.
We love it, Mike.
Not that I have an opinion about this in any way. What else is Schumer saying?
McConnell has called a vote at 1 a.m. Monday morning to advance a bill funding the...
Okay, that's an old story. All right. And then, as we wrap up the show, the U.S. Embassy is going to move to Jerusalem by 2019. Oh, I heard the government was working hard to get the... to make it so that soldiers, the military, could watch the games, the playoff games yesterday, because that was one of the things that got shut down during the government shutdown. Robert Who wants to destroy humanity. Sophia the robot is supposed to be one of the most advanced artificially intelligent beings on the planet. She is the first robot to receive citizenship from a country, Saudi Arabia, and she made headlines last year when she claimed she wanted to destroy all humans. But the Daily Beast met Sophia early in the morning at the Venetian Hotel in Vegas during this year's CES. She could barely speak a coherent sentence, just like yours truly, Mike Matthews. As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast, Summer Podcast for Raleigh. Oh, wait, we're already outside. Okay, next show, it's going to be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Enjoy your Monday. I hope it's good. Hope it's dry like it is here. Oh, wait, it's not dry here. Oh, well. Well, I hope it's great. Okay. This has been fun. Thanks for listening.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!